guys. It's Tracy Newman from Navigators Tarot. Here for a few readings that I do every week. We've got the Divine Masculine. At the moment, we'll start with that and see where they're at the moment. It's freezing cold here. We've got some sort of Arctic blast from the Antarctic. It is just wonderful, and I'm on my way out for appointments and stuff, and yeah, it's freezing. So anyway, we'll have a look at what the Divine Masculine energies are up to at the moment. When I say Divine Masculine energies, I mean the energies that abide in all of us. All of us have Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine energies. It's just tapping into that and recognizing that and finding it within yourself. And it is also, if you would like to project this onto a person that houses those Divine Masculine energies, then be my guest. It is up to you. Whether male or female, it does not matter. Some people have more male than female energies, so within them. And all of us can interplay at any given time. So we'll just have a look. What I'm getting is that there's some sort of herald call that a lot of the masculines are beginning to hear within themselves. We have the Fool card here, and what is the Fool is all about starting from scratch, and it's the naught energy. So literally, it's like they've left everything from the past behind and are now ready to, in all their innocence now, ready to take that leap of faith and jump off the cliff. They're not really understanding or knowing exactly where they're going, but they have a newfound confidence within themselves. It's like an innocence in a way that's ready to take a leap and take a jump into the unknown. There's also the card of patience here too, which even though they have these feelings of wanting to jump into the unknown, they also recognize that there is also this feeling of needing to be patient and needing to wait, because the energies are not at that point, the universal energies are not at that point where they can actually take that jump into the unknown. So it's requiring a level of patience within themselves and waiting to figure out exactly what it is that they wish to do in the next phase of their life, with this newfound feeling of innocence and it's like all of a sudden it's like all the past has literally just almost wiped itself away. And this is how they're feeling. These are the energies, okay? And it does not mean that there may still be some work that needs to be done, but they're starting to realize that the burdens of the past are no longer needing to be carted around like a cross, you know, like a heavy cross on their back. So, and also too, there's this one too, which is the Ten of Air, which is about feeling, this is sort of what's hidden. So even though there is this feeling that they do wish to move forward, they do recognize that there is still this feeling, and even it could really be, I'm actually getting that it's more of fear of, it's fear. It's fear, once again, of being trapped by burdens that the 3D matrix world and life has actually placed upon them. They're not actually realizing that they've placed these burdens on themselves through programming, through belief systems, and through other people's opinions. And so this is what's hidden. So I think really at this stage of the game, it is really more about their fears of moving back into those old earth energies. We have the card of communication here, which is 1, 2, 3. This is more the challenge. Really is really to communicate, not only with other people, but and it's more about communicating with themselves. And it could be that, this communication in the masculine to themselves and to others has been lacking in some way. It's been lacking integrity. It's been lacking any sort of understanding towards sometimes others and themselves. And so they're starting to recognize that their methods of communication have not been fantastic. So this is the challenge for them to, it's sort of like fear. The fear of being trapped, and there are a lot of fears within the masculine that keeps them trapped and keeps them backwards, like keeps them back in this old way of thinking and being. And all that is required is for them to sit very quietly and to allow the communication to come in. And the communication will be from a deeper part of themselves that you can look at as God, you can look at as all that is, you can look at silence, whatever that is. They're actually needing to, that's the challenge, is to go within and listen to the communication that is coming from their own being and beyond that, from the silence. So I think really what they're starting to realize is that their lack of communication to others and to themselves has been driven by, once again, old programs and fears that they have held. The masculine has had a raw deal, historically speaking, on a galactic level, on a esoteric level, on every level. Historically speaking, they've had to endure the shame of the fact that other forces, darker forces, eons ago, had a lot to do with the manipulation and the programming that resulted in the toxic masculine. And so which then they have to recognize that the manipulation of what has gone on before within that programming, that they've also had to endure the fact that they have subjugated the feminine. And when I mean the feminine, the divine feminine, I don't only mean the projected feminine, I also mean their own feminine. And so they have to live with the shame that they have behaved in a very toxic manner to their own masculine and subjugated their own masculine, therefore subjugating and denying the feminine. Talking about the masculine. Sorry, they have denied their own feminine, and so they've subjugated the feminine within themselves, and then also subjugated the projected feminine as well. So there has been a lot of manipulation and programming in this matrix that we are now beginning to move out of and find sovereignty within ourselves by clearing those old programs. And the masculine is starting to recognize this and starting to see where some of his old programs need to be changed and reprogrammed. We have the world here, which is an ending. And it comes full circle. So they have actually, this is in their environment, so they have come full circle. From that toxic masculine, they have actually done the whole round and come into something that looks less toxic, and more in tune with the integrity of who they really are and the truth of who they really are. And that has come about by them going within and doing the work and recognizing that their wounds are old programmed systems that actually are part of a system that is now dying and needs to be removed, but it's also a part of the system within themselves that is needing a death. And so, because really, ultimately, what they're looking for is complete and utter love and happiness. Now, they got this, the masculines got this in the last reading that I did, the Ten of Cups. So they were actually really starting to feel that, that feeling of love towards themselves and others. And even though it doesn't appear that way to a lot of other people, this is the process and this is the progress that is actually occurring within them. They still have a little bit of these thoughts that, you know, have them sort of like going around and around and around, not really understanding exactly what they're feeling, but they're making such headway that it's really starting to get a sense of once again, as I've said, an innocence within themselves that is returning. And it is the energies that that have created this, the energies of chaos and destruction around them, in the form of karmic lessons and a karmic people. But, you know, they're making such headway. They're doing an amazing job and really starting to find the sense and purpose within themselves. So please hit like and share this if you feel so inclined. I'll leave all my information in the description box below for if you would like a personal reading. Thank you.